As humans, we are meant to communicate. It's impossible for us not to talk. We'd go mad if we didn't. And it's not just about talking. We also listen. We write, and we use the sign languages to get our meanings across. We are all looking for newer ways to communicate our message. That is why some of us dance. Some of us paint, some of us sing, and some of us make movies. It's all about expression, communicating my mind to yours.
Visuals are my strong points. It's how I tell people stories. Everything, yes, everything is motivated visually.
You know, we've come so far and I've seen so much change in our lifetime, but it's this change which has moved and continues to move us forward.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up.
This is how we knew who our leaders were. We heard them on the radio, we read their speeches in the papers, but we never actually met the top people. There may be a picture perhaps, but what they had to say was mostly heard.
Then our generation put the music on a cassette, and we thought it couldn't get smaller anymore. It was magnetic tape into a plastic cover. The sound was clearer, we couldn't break it easily, and there was no crackle in hiss.
I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone.
I remember stories of the great uproar that was caused when film stepped into sound. The silent actor, Charlie Chaplin, said there was no future in this and refused to be involved. Can you imagine sound and visuals existing separately?
You know, the cassette generation was a revelation. You could take your music out to the world and do so many other things while listening. It wasn't just music anymore. It was the background score of our lives, which gives tune to whatever we were doing.
Till some time back, film reels used to be cut by hand. I'm sure everybody knows that. But nobody knows how detailed it used to be. To make one cut, we had to go through so many processes. And now, the technology is so remarkable that in one process, I can literally enable a change in the entire footage. Now with that kind of advancement, everybody is a little bit of an editor.
With today's technology, I can't even imagine what people would think about not having unlimited memory and having to measure each foot of reel. There are so many creative new ideas out there, but as creative people, we've got to be receptive towards them. You know, I think we need to change our minds and have them become like those of little children. They believe everything, they receive everything, keeping our minds open. You know, your life has got to be the proof, and you need to believe in your own experience.
Both the world of imagery and sound has come together in such an accessible manner that you can look, listen, and create. To create and change is entirely on us, and this is the biggest change.
Children have the capacity to think on so many different dimensions and on so many different levels. At its core, an idea that stems from an imaginative seed is no doubt the ultimate dimension.
I grew up in this amazing time when everything was either changing, growing, morphing into something more delectable literally every day. And the best part was knowing that I could be a part of that change. In a time when most people didn't believe, we did. And that is how we are here now. That is how I'm here now.
The entire process has now been simplified. We can now communicate our rules and regulations to everyone. Our procedures and our regulations can be communicated via film so that not only our employees, but our end users can see the creation of these procedures and regulations. Safety films can be created and then uploaded to the internet, where we can edit in real time and use user comments so that people can provide their feedback so we can see then and there the effect of these films.
Making films is an art to teach and inform and to learn.
We can get a better message across, it's more interactive.
If I was to ask my men to travel without GPS, they'd be lost. By the same principle, our decision-making process is that much more sure because we're better informed each step of the way. It's this faith in technology that makes our lives simpler.
Artists nowadays have the ability in their hands to constantly create something new, using their ideas, using their talents, and of course, it wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for technology.
Now look around you at the software for digital artwork cropping up. It's all software driven. It doesn't matter where around the world I'm working, I can immediately have it done. I just click, edit, share, on the go.
With audiovisual media, updates are instantaneous and news actually travels like wildfire. All of this prompts a quick action, which is the current media trend. And that is the best thing.
This, of course, is life as we know it today. And perhaps tomorrow, there will be new things that will define life again. Progress and moving forward is the key to all things we do.
To deliver the message in the way people remember is what we do best. In this constantly changing world, the only way is to move forward. We will be walking ahead in order to embrace the best in technology, make it ours, and give back to the world much more in return.